Whose life or business is it anyway? And welcome to another Momentum Monday with me, Emily McHugh, and Joey. Joey is very much here. Okay, so our topic today is what will people think? What will people think? It is definitely something that is very important. What they think or the topic. Okay, well, that's what we're going to discuss today because it really is one of these types of topics where people don't talk about this enough. So hence, I'm like, we're talking about it today because I thought, this is the type of thing that needs to be addressed. So we're going to just jump right on into this and why I'm even sharing this topic with us, or thought to bring it up in this podcast, in this setting, because so many of our decisions are made in the inner recesses of our minds, influenced by the opinions and thoughts of others. What other people think about what you're doing in your business, in your life, or whatever decisions you're making. And it can derail you if you allow it to, or it can encourage you depending on who the person is. So we want to really know the difference and understand what some of these nuances can be so you can be more discerning of the advice or the words people speak to you, whether they're to your benefit or not. And hence, that is the purpose of this. And let me tell you, let me just pause for a moment to say, this is so absolutely important and critical to your life to not allow the wrong voices to take up residence in your head, in your mind, in your thoughts. It is so important what your ears collect and what registers with you and what you decide to act upon based upon what someone says to you. And a lot of that is very much connected to your thoughts of your own self. Okay, not just what they say, but what do you believe to be true. So let's go right up on into this here topic. What will people think? So firstly, I encourage you to consider maybe a scenario or a situation where you would ask yourself, I wonder what will someone say about that? What will they say? What will people think if I were to do this? If I were to wear this outfit? If I were to say this? If I were to do that? If I were to start this business? If I were, what will people think or what would they say? And we know these are topics, questions we may ask ourselves over the course of time, just because we do live in a society where it does matter what people think. Absolutely it does, but only so far. Only so far. So yes, we're not saying to disregard the opinions of others or to disregard your impact or your interaction with other people, but to what extent and how far? I had to say that again because I want to make it really clear the context of what I'm saying. The context of what I am saying. I'm going to do a lot of repeating today because I think it's really necessary to really grasp this. So, how to not be crippled by the opinions of others? And yes, indeed, we can be truly crippled when you do not have enough grounding, or whether someone says something to you at a time when maybe you're a bit vulnerable to that comment, and as a result of the vulnerability, you could indeed become very much crippled, maybe even worse than that. Something to consider. So now we are going to discuss how to not be crippled by the opinions of others, how to not be crippled, and to take this to the place where you can actually do something. So with that, the first thing I want us to consider is the source. Consider the source. This is one of my favorite quotes from my mom. She would always say, consider the source. You know, who is telling you this? What are their motives? Why is someone saying something to you that could be potentially negative, potentially crippling, something that maybe is not very encouraging to you? Consider the source. So you don't want to ascribe value, excess value to something or someone who they're not worth like taking this information from. There's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt that says, let me see if I can remember it now. Something to the effect of, oh, never, never take no from someone who cannot tell you yes. Never take no from someone who cannot tell you yes. So consider the source. If they don't have the power to tell you yes, who cares if they tell you no? So I'll keep that in mind. That's really, really important. As a matter of fact, that lies at the crux of this conversation. Who has the power to tell you yes versus who has the power to tell you no? And you only care about the one who has the power to tell you yes, really. So consider the source. What are their motives in even saying to you something that is not very positive or so forth? Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing you need to consider is belief in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, what you have to offer, what you bring to the fore, what you're all about, what your mission is, what your purpose is. Believe in what you have to offer, which will override a potential negative thing that someone said to you. And I'm going to share a story with you that every time I think about it really makes me upset. But I think it can help somebody. So stay tuned for my special story to illustrate this point very, very strongly. Believe in yourself. Know what your goals are. Is this thing that you want to do a part of your goals for yourself? And if so, what will people think? Doesn't really matter because it's your goal. It's your pursuit. It's something you want to go after. And therefore, the only person who needs to give it approval is you. Okay, that needed. Hold on. You, yes, you. Bam. All right, so now that's going to take us to the third point that I want to highlight for us. The third point. Okay. And that is think beyond. Think beyond the situation. Think beyond the circumstance. Have that bigger vision, and that's a part of the believing in yourself, but it's just taking it farther out. Like, what is the big picture vision and view that you have that no one else can see, but that you can see and you can see clearly? And because you have this panoramic view that no one else has, they're limited by it, and hence they may make comments to you that are based on their lack of vision or their lack of ability to appreciate your vision. So these three things, so keep these three, and I'm going to review them for you. So the first thing is consider the source. What are the motives the other person may potentially have? Then you want to really hunker down into your own self. Believe in what you have to offer. Believe in yourself, what your goals are. You're convinced by them. You are energized by them and you're passionate about them. So go forward with that. And then the third part is to think beyond, having that vision for what is possible. And if you just take the steps you need to take, you will actually be able to achieve what you want to do. And the opinions of someone else will not deter you, will not derail you from that vision and that goal. Okay, so now it's time for me to share this story that's a little bit tough for me to share with you about what will people think. So many years ago, I attended an event in New York City. This was when I had just recently graduated from Columbia Business School, and I was actually attending an event. It was a women's conference at Columbia Business School, and Katie Couric, the journalist, formerly of the Today Show many years ago, back in the 90s, she was the keynote speaker. And a few days prior to the event, I was exhibiting at the New York Gift Show in New York City, and I met a co-worker of Katie Couric who actually came to our booth to buy one of our bags, one of our Kasori laptop bags, travel bags. And the lady specifically said to me, when you go to this event that you're going to attend, make sure you go and say hi to Katie and let her know that we spoke and we met and everything like that. So, I mean, I had several reasons to go to speak to this lady. I had like an entree by someone she actually knew. Well, I went to the luncheon, I heard Katie Couric speak, and I'm like, after she talks, I will go up to her and I will introduce myself and all this. Well, on my way, and of course I was a little hesitant, a little nervous. You know, you tend to be when you're meeting people like this, you tend to be nervous, but I'm like, no, I'm going to go talk to her now. What really should have happened was I should have approached her earlier in the event, not wait till like the end. Go earlier, but that's not even the point of the story. The bigger point is I met a lady who was a supposed mentor, and I put that in quotes, supposed mentor of mine. On my way to speak with Miss Couric, I spoke with this lady. Oh, hi, hello, how are you? Whatever. And I said, oh, I'm gonna and you know, I guess it just came out that I'm going to go and speak to Miss Couric now, by and let her know about our bags, let her know about what we're doing. Do you know what that lady said to me? The so-called mentor, she said she won't be interested in what you have. She won't be interested in what you have. Now, here's the problem. This is something called hearsay. Someone else tells you what they think, what someone else will think. Now, that's where you really have a problem. So that's the first problem. She is not in a position to speak on the behalf of someone else. Number one. Number two, she doesn't know what's in the lady's head to tell me that she won't be interested. Number three, this person here, what is her motive? What was her motive to tell me that? Suffice it to say, people, and I'm so embarrassed, and I have to share this with you because I think it's such an important lesson, which brings me great shame, and I'm announcing to the entire world at this time. It brings me shame because I'm like, I actually fell for it. I actually believed the woman. I actually said, yeah, why would she be interested? And it was as if I were hypnotized by this witch, okay? Absolutely hypnotized to the point where I lost my goal, what my the purpose of me talking to them. I forgot the message that I was given to now go and deliver. Instead, I got caught up in this morass of web of thought, negative thoughts and the doubts that I originally had, and then it was playing upon those things. People, do you understand what I'm saying to you? This was a big deal. And suffice it to say, I did not, oh my gosh, I did not go and speak with her. Miss Couric, if you're listening to me, this is a conversation we were supposed to have. I did not go and talk to her because I let somebody get in the way, get into my head and play on the doubts that were already festering. And as a result, of course I lost an opportunity. You better believe it. I really believe we could have been on the Today Show. Our bag could be on the Today Show. Of course. Or at least you make an effort. I mean, come on. So it reminds me too of a story in the Bible of a prophet who was given an assignment to go, not turn to the right, not turn to the left, not to stop along the way and speak to anyone. Go and fulfill your journey. Instead, the prophet stopped and took instructions from someone who said, well, the angel of the Lord told me to tell you. But the angel is different from God directly giving you instructions. So the person, again, it was of such a parallel to what I experienced when you're taking instructions from a secondary source and not going to the main source. So be really careful about how much power and how much importance you ascribe to what people think or what they say to you that can really take you off course. And I share this story as a clarion call for anyone out there who is second guessing their beliefs, second guessing their vision, second guessing their business, and they allow the doubts of someone else or some negative word or just some kind of aspersion being cast to take you away from where you are planning to go, and could alter your destiny. It can alter your destiny. Stopping and speaking to that person altered my destiny that day. It certainly did. Absolutely. But it's a lesson that's so powerful. And if it can help somebody, whoever may be listening to this story today or tonight or whenever you find this feed, I hope it will register in such a way that if you come to a place where you have to make a decision at a certain type of crossroads, you'll remember this. You'll remember this, and it will come to you like, this could be a very similar situation to that story I heard about, and I will make a different decision, or I'll be more aware of the decision that I'm making or need to make. Oh my goodness. People, I really hope, I'm going to let that sink in a moment. I'm going to let it sink in. Let it sink in with an air horn. That's where it needs to sink. Okay, so on a happy note, no, actually, that is an important story, because Momentum Monday is about momentum. It's about gaining this momentum, and sometimes you lose momentum when you are in a situation that takes energy from you. So be mindful when that could be happening so that you can shift the energy and then put yourself back into that trajectory, moving the direction that you want to go in. Okay? So let me share with you now. Our mindset minute today is all about who cares? Who cares? That's what it's about. Who cares? And who cares should only be what you care about. That's the number one thing. And understanding what you should be caring about. You should be caring about yourself. You should be caring about your goals. You should be caring about your future. You should be caring about fulfilling your destiny. Do not allow anyone to derail your destiny. Do not allow anyone to come in and infiltrate your future with their opinions that could cripple your mindset, cripple your whole outlook on life, or cripple your whole outlook on your business just because they're uninformed. They are not in a position to speak over you, and you do not want to let them in. So let today be a reminder of that. Yes. Okay? Yes. Mindset minute. So important. Keep your mindset in check. Now, I want to share with you guys before we depart some upcoming events. First of all, the first event I told you, my dad is having an amazing event on June the 9th at the Broward County Library in Florida, people. If you're in Florida, you want to come down. It's in Plantation, Florida at the West Regional Library in Plantation, Florida. And we're going to be presenting my dad's book, The Forgotten Reapers of World War II, which is now available on Amazon, as you should already know. And my dad, of course, is 103 years old, and every day is a blessing, and we celebrate every day, really. And this particular event will be another historic chapter in his book about his stories of his memoirs during World War II. So I want to share that with you to come on out to that. And if you haven't already gotten his book on Amazon, go get it right over there. And while you're at it, go pick up The Little Girl's Guide to Entrepreneurship, which is all about helping you with the entrepreneurial journey. And also, if you haven't joined the Supercharged Challenge, which is happening the entire month of May, I encourage you to do that too. It's an opportunity for accountability, goal setting, having here, let me bring that up. Having some accountability during the journey of set with your goals, having a way to kind of share where you are. So each day I'm doing a different post on purpose, productivity, and profitability. Some some aspect of those topics, which is really the foundation of our Supercharge Club and what we're doing. And so I've done different posts. So go follow me on Instagram. This is at Emily the Entrepreneur. Yeah, the ticker should be there too, but it's not. But anyway, go check out some music. Go check out whatever is going on. So each day I've been posting. So go and join me on Instagram. Okay, where the party continues every single day. Okay, with that, guys, I want to thank you for being with me again on Momentum Monday. Hey, share your thoughts. Let me know your feedback on what we discussed today. I would love to know your perspective on this topic because we want to keep the dialogue going. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all the beautiful things that we do. And stay tuned, stay supercharged, and I will see you next time. And bye-bye. Bye, everybody.